I'm Nico. I'm the game designer and lead programmer of Highrisers, the first project of Solar Powered Games, a company that I run with my father. My father, Marcus, he's an architect and he does all the business development stuff of our company as well as the level design. Because Highrisers is an urban survival RPG and the setting is in a large city with many skyscrapers, and those skyscrapers are designed by him. In Highrisers we have the classical post-apocalyptic zombie survival setting.
Wow.
With a bit of a twist. In our story, humanity was struck by a disease that caused people to go to bed in the evening and never to wake up in the morning. They just kept on sleeping, and no matter what the doctors and the scientists tried, they couldn't get them awake. And this caused them to sleep and stay in their dreams forever. And in this state, they changed and mutated and became the zombie-like dreamers that are the main antagonists in our game. In Highrisers you control 4 survivors of this calamity, which were unaffected by the disease because for various reasons each of them was suffering from insomnia and they could not fall into deep sleep and get into dream state, so that the mutation could not start. Now those 4 survivors are trapped on the rooftop of a skyscraper in a large city and they need a means to escape. The problem is all of the lower floors of the skyscraper and all of the streets are populated by the mysterious dreamers, and they have no way of getting down to the street. Their only way of escape is an old wrecked helicopter that is on the rooftop, and if they can patch it up and fix it, they will not be able to fly like 4 kilometers, but they might be able to just jury rig it sufficiently so that you can make a small leap onto the rooftop of the next building, and so from building to building they try to get their way out of the city.
Wow, what a crazy story in a way, very creative.
Now here I'm starting the demo now, and as you can see we have the helicopter on the rooftop, and we start with the first of the 4 characters. In the game normally you control all 4 characters at once, but we started in the tutorial introduction with just one, so not to overwhelm the player. This is Mike. He is a former army pilot and mechanic, so he is very well equipped for repairing the helicopter. And let's inspect it. What's wrong with it? There's many things are wrong with it, but just to get it into the air, the first thing we need to do is to repair the rudders. And we see that we need electrical engine and wire and some cogs for that. And to get that, now the second character, Jess, is introduced. And everything in Highrisers that looks like it does not belong to the main building structure is interactive. You can either pick it up or disassemble it and use the ingredients, the parts for crafting. So this antenna relay we have here, we just switch the power off so that we can safely disassemble it and start disassembly.
This looks like an old VGA game from DOS times.
Yeah, it does. We went for this old school pixel style, and it's just upscaled for the larger screen size. But that way we can make the art assets pretty efficiently, and we think it still look good. They have a charm that invokes the nostalgic feelings of the when we like had the. Well, my time was not the Amiga era, it was a bit later, it was like more the 8-bit and 16-bit consoles, but still it was a great era for pixel art, and we want to invoke that feeling without the technical limitations and restrictions of that era. So we don't do the pure orthodox philosophy of pixel art with palette limitations. We also have lighting effects and stuff that could not be done at the time, but still we embrace the pixel art textures and sprites. So
that shading you mentioned sounds a bit like Thimbleweed Park, Ron Gilbert, because he also used a shading technique. That sounds a bit similar.
If we finish this tutorial phase, we will see how the daytime progression, the daytime progresses, and then the light will change, because in the afternoon and the evening the light will get more soft and yellowish, and then in the night it gets dark. So here we have third character, and just brought some of the gears we needed. We also have we got something from disassembling this engine, and in this rack here we also have some wire, and from disassembling the antenna we got even more wire. So with that, if we give all that to Ike, he should be sufficiently equipped to repair the helicopter. And yes, the rudder repairs can start. So we can also disassemble other things like this warning brand, but it simply yields some wood and simple resources. So now we have unlocked the scrolling. We can investigate what can be found in the skyscraper, and as you can see, on every floor there's many things to explore and to disassemble. And if we get on the lowest floor, we even find the dreamers already there. During the day they are more docile, and they won't attack, but as soon as the sun sets, they will start climbing up through the skyscraper and try to engage us. So the goal of the dreamers, unlike a regular zombie in your zombie flick, is not to kill you or eat you, but rather to beat you unconscious. Because once the players are unconscious, they are in the sleep mode that the mutation requires. So they would start to also get changed into dreamers. As long as only one or two or even three of you guys are unconscious, you still have a chance to finish it, because you can revive them and either carry them to safety or just get them back up on their feet. But as soon as all four of your players are down, the game is over.
Is there any way to fight dreamers?
Yes. Yes, you need you find some weaponry, but you also can craft all kind of weaponry to engage them. But there are also non-combat ways to deal with them. Like, as I said, they are light averse, and you can build ultraviolet flashlights to scare them off, or you can build certain things that lure them to a certain location while you investigate another one and try to get the equipment back up where you need it.
So I can go like the stealth route or the loud way and just...
Exactly.
Wow.
Here is a crafting station where you can craft all kinds of tools or equipment, like melee weapons or ranged weapons, explosives, defensives, traps, turrets, parts, machinery like this engine that you can use for the helicopter, and even upgrades for the workbench itself with the table, so you can do all kind of woodworks more efficiently. So each player has his own unique skill tree that you can put point into. Ike has this mechanic part, because he was a mechanic, which you can use to unlock new recipes and craft more machinery. You can invest your energy into the pilot aspect of the game, so that you can upgrade the helicopter more efficiently and use it to transport goods that you've crafted or found onto the next building.
That leads me to the question, what if one player is in the dreaming state and it's the one that has a skill that you need to progress in the game? You need
to get him out of the dreaming state. So the dreaming state is nothing that they safely stay for several days. It's just like, oh god, he got knocked over. You should get him up as soon as possible, because you need his skills and his powers.
So in this time I can't access the inventory tool. Can I just go there and grab the stuff in this inventory?
Yeah, and as soon as one becomes unconscious, all his equipment gets dropped, so that you can pick it up, because it would be bad if it was stuck in his inventory. Yeah, that's basically it. You need to find food to keep your guys well fed and healthy. Therefore, you can either find it, like in a refrigerator or in supply shack, but you can also water and fertilize plants and grow your food. You can even go do stuff like go hunting. Wexel. Okay. That's about 8th Gentleman for Highrisers. It will be out on Steam in 2019, second quarter. It's for PC and Mac. In the beginning it will be single player only. Later we think about if we can maybe do some couch co-op mode, which would be great. Or the control scheme also calls for tablet port. But in the beginning we will focus on releasing it safely on as a single player game.
Very nice, very interesting. Thank you very much.
That's great. Thank you guys.